Mic check. 1, 2. How's everyone going? This is my second stream on my new computer. Well, it's not new now, but we'll give it a go. Where am I? Where is my video? Ain't popping up. Of course we're having issues. But we are here. Give me 1 second to work out where the hell my camera is. Why is it at the back there? Let's try and chuck it up top. Hey, there we go. What's going on, guys? Alright, so basically this is a chill stream now, where we are just chilling the fuck out. I wonder if I watch... yeah, I probably can't watch my stuff. Unless I mute it. And move. Well, no, that won't work either. Okay, well, whatever. So, we're here. We're gonna probably start the stream with some of my subscriptions. Let's check out this. I don't even know what this is. Gotta open
What you know? Hey, South Coast of Toast. Yeah, welcome to the YouTube channel.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to the YouTube.
Damn, look at that. What is that? Saturation, brother. Damn. I love these beats he's putting out.
Yeah, the shit's back out now.
Howdy, boys, girls, guys, and girls, welcome to the YouTube channel. Welcome back, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you're having a terrific day. We're bringing in the heavy beats, the energy, because today's battle is not only legendary, not only fantastical, but it is going to go hard.
Alright,
We got
beatboxing. Let's get it.
Vocoder and Re.
Ah, what happened? There it is.
Reaps. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, if you're hyped up, if that intro just took you to another level, drop the L, hit the bell. Let's check out some Vocoder versus Reaps.
Alright,
Who's going?
let's do it.
Vocoder?
Look at this, dude. It's,
I want Vocoder to go
I'm
first.
blocking
not gonna lie.
fucking toasts.
I wanna see how it goes down. I'm not even sitting for this one.
Okay.
Disintegrate VIP.
You're the VIP?
Very important personnel.
Oh, so deep.
Damn.
Oh!
Hell yeah. Toast is going
I
on,
knew you
dude.
turned it up.
Look at it. Hell yeah. Don't forget you can send me your links in the YouTube chat and I'll fucking watch it. Whatever it is.
Bro, hold on.
Hell yeah.
His outros. This deep beat is really hot. I like this deep approach.
Dude,
Then this switch.
this guy is going off. Dakota? Never heard of him. What
The
the
sound
fuck?
choices in that whole outro is well done.
Great. Who's this? Reaps one. I don't even know what I'm watching. Oh, Dakota verse Reaps one. Yeah, Toes, get up and boogie. Get it.
Almighty push.
Mighty push. Get it. Holy fuck. It's like a sucking, like a. I can't
Makes
even
me want
do
to
it.
fight
Like,
this battle in me.
no, see?
Shinjula Tensei.
I love that background
No! Yeah!
This is like Inception
That
right
clap
now.
back.
I'm watching
That
a
had to have been a
reaction
clap
to
back.
a
That sounded a
reaction.
little bit like Vocoder, but like, you know, Reaps one. Oh, we're playing it all the way back, though. Real talk. That
We
was
going back, alright.
the flows in this. Total Reaps.
Damn, dude.
This is Reaps right here.
Oh,
Showing us how
Love
it's
it.
done, dude.
Almighty
okay, you
push.
can fucking drop your links and watch whatever you put up. Just put it in the chat and I'll watch it. I kind of don't want to play anything right now. Just and I know that Twitch is more like that platform.
This makes me
like
so
chill
happy.
on.
I don't care. I'm looking like
Fuck
an
it.
idiot.
Changing shit up. Oh my god.
Shinjula
Bro,
Tensei.
bring it back.
Shinjula Tensei.
Damn, son. Didn't even share me going live to my Facebook. It's a rip.
Oh, they do it. I just want to be
Sorry
in a
if
mosh
this
pit getting
opens.
punched
Yeah, I
in the
thought
face
it would
to that
open up
beat.
there.
Dude, by
change it
BBK
over here.
specifically. I knew we were gonna get some inward bass. Heck, I knew we were gonna get
Inward
some
bass.
bass, some
Nah.
like actual dub beats, and we got some dub. Not necessarily dub step per se, but it fits in that dub
Dude, that
category.
was
'cause
fucking
both these
sick.
Boys are known for that stuff. They're known for dubstep or subcategories of it, and they brought us just some cool bass music. I don't know, just Reaps. He's been surprising me the same way that Skiller has been surprising me. Where these beatboxers that were, you know, prominent names for a very, very long time took a little like break, like musicians, like artists, like anybody that's creative does. You kind of lose sight of them for a little bit, and then they come back and they show what they've been working
Yes,
on and
sir.
all this stuff. And this is just a little bit of what Reaps has been working on. We've seen some of his performances, some of his shows, and those are next level. And I love what he's doing for the whole movement as a whole, not just beatboxing, but like this creative movement and his mission. And Vocoder's doing his own thing where he's teaching people to beatbox. And for me, beatboxing is such a huge part, and I get responses from you guys all the time
Oh yeah,
saying
that was fucking
beatboxing played a
sick.
huge part in your life. You know, whether it was finding friends
love them
or,
drops.
you know, finding something
great.
to do in school that kind of showed off a talent that got you a girl or got you into a talent show, and then you won the talent show. It's just a huge accomplishment for some people. And for me, beatboxing was always an accomplishment, always something that brought me away from reality for a little bit. It was my medicine. I think it's dope that Vocoder's teaching people
Music
his
is
style,
my
'cause his style is very
medicine.
unique, very his
you're right.
thing,
We're right,
and to
you're right.
learn just a little bit on how he
I think
does
we're
it,
right.
because he has so many different types of
What up,
inward
lol?
basses and so many
Lol.
different other techniques that you know, it's just amazing to see these beatboxers behind the scenes do some really cool stuff as well. With all that out of
Yeah,
the way, ladies
it
and
is.
gentlemen, I just had to preach that for some reason. Let me know what you thought about this beatbox battle in the comments down below.
I'll let you know
Who did
right
you think
now.
won what was your favorite part, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Shake 'em and bake 'em.
Shake 'em and bake 'em. Loved both of them. Boom. And I'll even like that bitch. Alright. Send me your links, baby. Let's get it happening. Until you guys send me something, I guess we'll just watch shit that's on my YouTube. I kind of feel like watching Daily Dose, actually. Everybody likes Daily Dose. Am I right? Like, if I go to videos right now, I've watched every single one. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. I must have missed a bit. Oh, these are old. That's why it's not showing up that I've watched it. Oh, I can see chat in my Streamlabs. It says check chat. Unless Streamlabs hides all links. Now, let's have a look here. Yeah, no. No links. Alright. I don't know. Unless you meant the Discord chat. No. Alright, we Gucci. I don't know, what's his first video? I can't remember. Oldest. Let's have a look. Ah, the airfish. Yeah. No. Everyone loves a narwhal.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. These researchers were studying a group of beluga whales when they noticed something strange. One of the whales was actually a narwhal. This narwhal has been swimming with the same group of whales for over 3 years.
I wonder if the whales actually realized that this is something different, or if they were just like, it's a different kind of whale, we'll accept it.
About 3 months ago, a new type of rock was discovered in Lake Superior in the United States. These are called euperlites. They look like regular boring rocks until they're placed underneath an ultraviolet light.
So this is what they look like.
No, I have to.
You can see there's a couple different patterns going on.
What the fuck, dude?
And they fluoresce very brightly under long wave UV. 43 different flavors. And white light back on.
All
And take the
messages I
UV
send
away.
will appear publicly. Alright, well, let's just let's go to my screen here. I mean, that worked either way.
Oh
That was
my
a pretty good
goodness
hit.
me! It's a smooth knobtail gecko. And it's very beautiful, and I love geckos. They're very cute. Yeah, this guy's very cute. He's so, he's so
so cool.
cute. Yeah.
My
I
cousin-
can't believe
My
I-
cousin Benji is actually into geckos as well. If you watched the Minecraft speedrun stream that I did the other day, we couldn't find a decent world, but my cousin has quite a few geckos around his place at the moment.
It's
pretty
found one. I've never seen one of these in
look
the
at it.
wild before.
This is a peacock mantis shrimp, and they're one of the most fearsome predators in the animal kingdom. They hunt for food by punching other animals to death. They have the fastest punch ever recorded at speeds of over 50 miles per hour. Their punch is so strong that they can break through the glass walls of aquariums.
Yeah, probably not a good pet to own then, right? Look at those eggs! Oh my god. A lot of eggs. What's going on here? Oh. Okay. A lot of people getting railed. egg things. Or,
A zoo installed
dough
a new
things.
security
That's
camera,
cool.
and it scared the snow leopard.
Oh, they purr just like cats. I mean, they are cats, but house cats. Wouldn't want one of them in my fucking house. Oh, that's gotta be satisfying.
That's in this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
No, I want more. Alright. Let's have a look. I don't know. What do you guys want to watch? It's up to you guys to give me content. Inflatable frog found in a forest.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
Yeah, he's pretty round.
Then push him back the right wagon.
The hell?
Come. Lily wants to touch it.
What the fuck
This
is
plane
that?
crashed near a small island in the Pacific Ocean. Luckily, the US Navy was there to help rescue people and get them out of the plane before it sank.
It doesn't look that deep, really. How long does it take for a plane to sink?
This person jumped in a paramotor and got some incredible visuals of the pyramids in Egypt.
That is actually illegal. What he did right there. That's crazy. But it is some great footage. Damn.
These two dogs are best friends and got to see each other for the first time in a week.
Oh, where have
This
you been?
police officer
What
was
have you
about to
been?
cross over these railroad tracks when a train came out of nowhere. The warning barriers came down after the train already went through.
Be advised the gates did not go down at the metro tracks on 191. I almost got struck. I think metro's out here.
Jesus. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. Damn.
This person received an incredibly realistic tattoo of Tupac.
Shit. It's good.
This person was caught on camera trying to steal a bike from a police station.
Right outside a police station? What are you doing, you idiot? Oh, and the copper just happens to walk out. Oh, hey. What are you doing? Oh, man, I'm just... Some people, man. I mean, that looks hella fun, but I'd come off 100%.
That's it in this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very
I'd,
soon.
like,
Later.
smash myself in the fucking head. 100% with that. Alright, new. Let's have a look. Subscriptions. Hello. I mean, Lil Dicky's pretty cool, right? Let's have a look at this.
Installing a critical system for our Orion spacecraft, the latest engine test for our Artemis moon missions, and working to give spacecraft propulsion a boost. A few of the stories to tell you about this week at NASA. Teams at our Kennedy Space Center moved the Orion spacecraft for our uncrewed Artemis 1 mission to the spaceport's Launch Abort System facility to add parts of the Launch Abort System onto the spacecraft.
Nice.
This critical system is designed to safely jettison the crew away from the Space Launch System or SLS rocket in an emergency during launch. On July 14th, we conducted an RS-25 engine hot fire test at our Stennis Space Center, the fifth test in a 7-part series. 4 RS-25s will help power the Space Launch System rocket on future moon missions, including Artemis 1, targeted for later this year. Learn more about the current RS-25 engine test series at nasa.gov/SLS. NASA has teamed with the Department of Energy to advance space nuclear technologies, selecting reactor design concept proposals from 3 companies for a nuclear thermal propulsion system. Nuclear propulsion is more efficient than chemical rockets and could potentially enable faster and more robust crew and cargo missions to Mars and science missions to the outer solar system. Astronaut and former U.S. Marine Colonel Doug Hurley retired from NASA after 21 years of service. His career highlights include 93 days in space and flights aboard the final space shuttle mission in July 2011, and most recently as commander on the first crewed flight of the SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft. That mission marked a new era of human spaceflight, enabling crewed launches from America on commercial spacecraft to the International Space Station.
SpaceX, right?
On July 13th, the last S-3B Viking aircraft flying today anywhere in the world left our Glenn Research Center. The aircraft has been a research workhorse for over 16 years, flying a variety of missions, including flights to help define communications standards that could enable future unmanned aircraft systems to safely operate in the U.S. airspace. The S-3B Viking will spend its retirement on exhibit at the San Diego Air and Space Museum.
Nice.
When our
16
Lucy
years.
spacecraft
That's pretty
launches
good.
on its first-of-its-kind mission to visit the Trojan
Lucy.
asteroids, which share an orbit with Jupiter, it will carry a time capsule in the form of a plaque with messages of advice, wisdom, joy, and inspiration for those who might encounter the spacecraft in the distant future. The
Distant,
messages were
very
solicited
distant.
from thoughtful leaders and inspirational figures, including members of the Beatles, whose song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds indirectly inspired the mission's name.
Still kicking? Well,
A little noisy, but I'm so excited. Lucy is going back in the sky with diamonds. If you meet anyone up there, Lucy, give them peace and love from me.
After Lucy
Hell yeah.
finishes visiting a record number of asteroids for a single mission in 2033,
That's a lot.
it will continue on a stable orbit, traveling between Earth and the Trojan asteroids for hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of years. Learn more at nasa.gov/Lucy. That's what's up this week at NASA. For more on these and other stories,
Gotta love
follow us
NASA.
on the web at
Gotta love any NASA
nasa.gov/Twan.
great. Alright, so I saw in a Discord that I'm in that someone is bored and made a freestyle of something. So I'm gonna watch this. Don't know what it is, never seen it before. But hopefully it will sound fucking lit. I mean, kudos to him, he looks like, what? 15, 16? I don't know. Why is it muted? Okay. Dude, imagine having a bedroom with like a fridge behind you like that. I know he's probably not in his bedroom, but that'd still be lit. It has like an ice thing and a water thing. That'd be dope. Okay. I can hear it. I wish there was like a bit more depth of that beatbox, like the deep sort of style.
Let's go.
I like it either way. What was that? Get it.
Let's go.
Let's go. I want to hear that again, real quick. Sucking in for that.
Let's go.
Not too shabby. I can't even do that. Fucking. What is that? I mean, not too shabby, really. What do you think? Not too shabby, mate. Keep going. Alright. Where are we going now? Where are we going? Let's do some Lil Dicky. Man, I'm jumping all over the place here. Alright. Let's get some Lil Dicky happening. When I was recording, I was like, what sounds do I do? And I was like, fuck it, I'll just do whatever comes to my head. Hey man, it works. Kudos to you, good sir.
Nice decor, nice ambiance in here.
It's Dave! Oh my god, this guy's the love of my life. Oh, Dickie!
I love
Dickie. Hey, bro. I'm just watching your video. It's actually sick, dude.
Oh my god.
I also do like how he separates himself a lot from like people that he knows that you know that he's friends with. Justin. He separates though.
How are you?
I'm so good.
Good.
Best I've ever been in my life.
Lil Dicky.
I got a roll. You're gonna come tonight, right?
It's like a reaction
Party tonight. Come to my house.
It's like
Your house party?
Yeah, my house party. Come on.
Let me think about what I had going on, and I've thought about it. There's nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah, I was actually just gonna pipe.
vibe.
Yeah, pipe. Play it by ear. It's a new acronym that I'm trying to get off the ground.
Okay.
I know he made that shit up on the spot.
But I don't know if I would show off Pipe to Justin Bieber.
You know, it's got no legs yet.
Nothing.
If you pushed it, who knows? But and by the way, my girlfriend is your biggest fan.
Like
She's,
JV?
Yeah, I never heard that
JV
before.
that
No.
much.
Real good idea, man. You got anything else? He's probably gonna remember this the rest of his life.
I love how awkward he is. The show's so awkward, but like in all the best ways. It's so good.
I'm absolutely a Little Dicky fan. I've been listening to his music. I've known him for years.
Love his
I was so
music.
excited when I heard that he had a TV show.
So, though the show is about the rap game, it mainly focuses on Dave's day-to-day life and oftentimes gets really awkward.
You tucking a grown man in, bro.
That's right. Standard.
Nothing awkward than that, of course.
That's right. Everything good. You know house rules. Are you good? You're poofed. Everything.
Man, I'm good.
All right. I'm one kiss on the cheek and I am out of here.
I'm cool on all that funny stuff.
Just one kiss and I'm gone, comb.
You have to poop?
Oh, this made my dad die. Literally, this scene. I've never seen my father laugh harder in his life.
Yes, please stop talking to me for 1 second.
Okay, can we walk it off?
I don't believe so. No, this is not a drill at all. Please turn away or something. I need to figure this out.
You have to hold it in.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Look away, look away, look away.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Oh.
I reinvented diarrhea.
What brings you into this?
So a few days ago, I was shaving, and I noticed these red bumps on my pubiscus.
That's like my favorite running part about the show is just how absurd his dick is.
I haven't even heard this shit.
Pubiscus? Pubiscus.
Probably not the medical term for it. Like where your pubic hair would be if you didn't shave it all the way.
Oh, yeah. Copy that. All right, so let's take a look.
Yes, and I know this is gonna sound so absurd, but before I can just show you my penis, I do have to kind of explain a few things about it to you.
You got to put the penis in
I
context.
just have like a very bizarre situation down. Okay. When I was born, I came out of the womb with a tangled urethra. So immediately they had to go in and do all types of surgery to it.
What? A tangled urethra. Makes no sense. But okay.
As a result, there's so much scarring down there.
Sure.
And then, I mean, you know how the skin on your testicles is
Yeah.
a different type of skin than the skin on your penis? It's more chicken-skinned or ribbed.
Yeah.
So my dick skin is actually made of that exact same style of ribbing, all the way up my shaft, ribs. So my theory is, when they had to replace the hacked off dick skin, they used my testicle skin to replace it, which would mean that my dick is made of balls.
Doctor.
People don't want to watch a show where you're making peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then rapping. They want to hear you talk about your weird dick in a comedic way.
A lot of the stuff that he's including in the show are genuine experiences that not only him, but like other people go through, and he's just amplifying it.
It's way better than rappers who fake their actual lifestyle. I mean, at least Lil Dicky is being honest with his life, and he's being funny while doing it. So I think that's just like, you know, talent.
Along with telling very personal stories about his life, Dave has also brought some of his real friends onto the show with him.
Hey, I'm Lil Dicky. I have a small penis, and I stress out about things. This is Gata. He's my hype man.
Yeah,
Gata, tell him
Gata's
about
his real
yourself,
hype
huh?
man. What up, what up? It's your boy Gata, sunglass connoisseur, pizza lover. I'm bipolar, and I'll take your girl to the solar.
Sunglass connoisseur, bipolar, and I'll take your girl to the solar. Period. That's me.
I didn't think he was going to get into mental illness, but man, this is the type of...
Very honest. I appreciate it.
...from this group. This is my DJ, Els. Tonight, you're going to see one of the best rappers alive give probably the best show you've ever seen. And you're going to love Meek Mill. But before that, enjoy us, because we are on the cusp of greatness.
And to be honest, I don't even know how we got here.
It's just a great thing to say before opening for someone. You're gonna love Meek Mill. But before that...
Benny Blanco, who you saw earlier in the first video, is one of Lil Dicky's real-life best friends. So what are your thoughts on friendships like these?
I mean, that's pretty amazing for him to be able to take his real-life friend. Well, Benny Blanco didn't need to be on the show. I mean, he's great on the show, but, you know, I think that's a real show character. I think that's very cool.
It's really, really important to have like really good like connections, but then also like in the industry, I feel like it's awesome, but it's also really cool that they could like grow. Like obviously in those friendships, there was a lot of growing, like personally and professionally.
Dave, how much longer are you going to be doing this?
So long, I can't stop.
Dave.
You could literally say anything into autotune and it'll be funny. Like that's his like vibe, that's his energy.
I know I'm late, but it's okay.
No, we don't have time to wait.
We're gonna...
She likes how she sounds. She said that tuner made me sound good.
You remember when you got all mad because I threw out that flyer?
That was not
She's a great actress. I would totally believe that they were actually in a relationship.
Heteros.
In the show, Dave falls in love with his girlfriend, Allie, who you just saw, and he has to balance having the relationship with trying to be the greatest rapper of all time. Does it go according to plan? Well, we'll see.
I want to be in a relationship where I'm not always put second.
Listen to her. What she's saying might be true or is true if she's feeling it.
You're not always put second. I am. Look right now. Look where we are. You realize that I have like the biggest decision to make of my whole career this weekend. Has to be made this weekend. I'm here with you and your family. Didn't even consider staying back. Mike's like, why the are you not there?
I'm not saying.
What do you want me to do? Deprioritize?
Their fight's annoying, but I guess they're doing a good job of being actors.
That'd be kind of crazy.
Bro, because you treat it like it's your whole life. There like has to be something else in life besides this one like.
Something else in life? Something more than like actualizing my sense of self and like feeling like I'm maximizing my potential?
Dave,
You're asking me to sacrifice that? That's absurd.
Dave, you don't get it.
No, you don't get it, and I can't keep apologizing for my ambition just because you don't have any.
Ouch.
Does. Jesus, no.
See, I love the character that he's obviously incredibly smart, but he has no filter and is such a narcissist.
That must have been really hard for him to write in, but also, like, I'm glad he did, because it shows that he, like, grew the f up. Hopefully.
If you truly do not have the time to put into a relationship, then I guess you have to make a choice. You're gonna have to make a choice between a relationship or your career.
It's definitely doable for some people, but to get there, it's definitely difficult.
Knowing that he only had himself to blame for his success or failure, Lil Dicky got the chance to freestyle and show the world what he was made of on The Breakfast Club in front of Charlotte.
Y'all probably didn't know what this was. Y'all probably about to hop
Freestyle.
on this bus. If you know somebody that'll call my bluff, then line them all up. They will all need hugs.
Hugs.
In my own lane like bowling pins. I'm so dumb.
I just love his freestyles that they're just so fucking absurd.
It just goes so hard. Just whatever he says, it goes so hard.
My dick sucks so bad. Y'all don't even want to know the details. You don't want to know about the surgeries.
No way he's rapping about his dick right now. In great detail too. It's almost like
look it up. I love when my fans are black. I'm a little tone deaf, yeah, what of it? You know my heart is in the right place. I've been working like a
so
dog
cute.
in this bitch.
Just like hell.
Like I'll be the first to say, I do not listen to rap very often.
So great.
But when someone can like go off on a freestyle like that, it's very respectable. And I can definitely vibe to it.
I know I'm privileged. Yeah, let's not even go there. Out here but I'm still wait, little body, but the boys sound tough. Hold on, but
He definitely overshares sometimes randomly, but that's okay. It's cool. The flow's still there.
oh my god. I can't, he is good.
Ralph Lauren. Okay, Sia.
And I give so much respect. People who give, I can't do that. Like, what does it come from?
Yeah, I just would love to see him channel all of those bars that flow, those melodies into actual like topics that everybody could relate to.
As of filming this episode, season 2 has just gotten underway, and it's all about the pressure to succeed.
Do you know when the song's coming out?
Oh my god, that's
video of all time tomorrow. By the way,
oh my gosh, I know her. She's a Korean rapper, singer.
I wanted to go
CL.
at festivals, you know, this is a global song, so it's.
Oh yeah, when we went to Korea.
She doesn't give a f. She's like, who the f is this cat?
Did they actually make a song together? Oh my god, I wish.
See what I'm seeing? Fuck, does this work? Ooh, yeah.
The pressure of everyone expecting like everything he makes to be just like insane. He tries to sit down and write and he just like can't get the fire to flow. Writing is the hardest part, especially when you sit down and you're looking at like, you know, recording and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, what the hell do I even do? Where do I start?
I love bar mitzvahs.
This guy's paying us 3 times Dave's normal rate, so we just got to do what he wants.
I love that he's sitting around with just bar mitzvah kids. I'm sure it was his life. It was totally my life.
We're living right now, so really soak it all up.
Have you met Lil Nas X?
No.
Lil Nas X.
I'm Dave. You might know me as Lil Dicky.
Is there any advice that you'd want to give Dave Bird, aka Lil Dicky, if you were to see this episode?
If you were to see this episode, I didn't even think about that.
If he does see this, you know, Lil Dicky, I love you, man. You know, follow me on Instagram and do whatever you want.
Any advice? I can't give this man advice. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Dave, I love your show. Keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna be the best rapper of all time.
I feel like he would give advice to me.
How can I give Lil Dicky any advice? I mean, you've done it. You're an incredible rapper, you're an amazing comedian, you're a great actor. I mean, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing you. Don't let anybody try to put you in a box.
I think it's very refreshing that you're giving us a comedic take on real life situations, stuff that you've been through, even though it's been hard, you've been able to flip it.
You're creative. I mean, I've never once in my life heard someone rap the way you do about the stuff that you do and create music videos like you do. So just keep doing exactly what you're doing.
You're a big deal, bro. I love you, and so
Everyone.
many other people love you, and you've made quite an impact on people.
Oh, I didn't even read the comments. Did he see it? I am the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. I'm so happy I just finished watching Dave. Really good show. React to Harry Mack. That's what I was thinking. When the girl said, you're the greatest fucking rapper alive. Nah, Harry Mack. Harry Mack, bro. That's where it's at. Alright. Oh, he's brought out a new Power Wash video. Let's go. I'll watch that later. $15.
Unfortunately, we still had 105 cases of community transmission, and 27 of those cases were infectious in the community, so they were still active in the community, and that's the number that worries us the most. We've seen that number crop up day in and day out, and as we've explained previously, we won't see the effects of these harsher restrictions until at least 5 or 6 days, because there's a lag in the data. So we don't expect to see that number shift massively for the next few days, but we still want the community to be more vigilant than ever before, because I'm convinced that working together we will start to see those numbers nudge. Hopefully. And we are throwing all of our resources and all of our efforts to making that happen, and I just want to thank the community for their cooperation. Yesterday, as we were going through all the health orders, as we're going through all the exemptions, the information is now available on the Service New South Wales website. So if anybody has any questions or any concerns, please go through Service New South Wales to have those concerns addressed, or any questions that you might have. In relation to what we call surveillance testing, obviously everybody who works in the Fairfield LGA who needs to work outside of the Fairfield local government area has to go through that surveillance testing, no matter what kind of job they're doing. However, in relation to Canterbury, Bankstown and Liverpool Council areas, in the first instance, we want that surveillance testing to apply to anybody who works in health and aged care. And you
know what's crazy over here right now is that they've basically shut everything down in Sydney. No construction workers can go to work. Like, we're all already wearing masks and shit. But it's got the point now where they've had to lock down Sydney entirely, and now construction
have
workers
until at least Wednesday before you get your first test. We don't want you to feel everybody's going to go on Monday morning. We want to avoid congestion. Obviously, we want to avoid people waiting for a long time to get that surveillance testing. So if you live in Canterbury, Bankstown Council areas, or you live in the Liverpool Council area, we have asked you to get tested every 3 days if you're going out of your area for testing, but we want that to apply to healthcare and aged care workers in the first instance. All those other authorised workers who work in logistics and transport are also being offered that
like
sometimes in their workplace. But as far as...
This is like the fourth peak, like the fourth thing that we've had. Our fucking COVID thing. This is like the fourth lockdown, and this one's the most severe. We did really good for like the first, let's say 6 months, while all other states around us were like going through shit. But now it's just come back to us, and now we're just fucked, basically. everyone's like in lockdown or like not able to work and shit. So
as the testing
I guess
clinics
we'll
are
just
going,
find
if you
out
work in
how
health or aged care,
much
in
worse it
Canterbury,
gets.
Bankstown, or in Liverpool Council, by Wednesday, please get your first test. It can be on your way to work, it can be at or near your
Buzz, I know
workplace,
you're Aussie.
but
Where are
please
you from
make sure
again?
you take that opportunity
You're not getting
and
any of
don't
this
feel it's
shit?
got to happen in the hours before you're
yeah.
going to work. Also, can I say that I want to thank the Treasurer, the Deputy Premier and all of our ministerial colleagues who've been in touch with various sectors, business community leaders. In relation to construction, please know that you have time to make your site safe, you have time to make sure you secure those sites and that you have a presence on those sites during the duration of the next 2 weeks to make sure those sites are safe and secure. We understand the need for that, and I just want to thank everybody in the business community who has been so constructive in their feedback, notwithstanding the very difficult times they're going through. I also wanted to stress
so you're probably
that
better
if
off
you're
at the moment,
having a home urgent repair done to your home or an urgent renovation or replacement, please know you won't get in trouble if you're securing the safety and well-being of your family. If there's something you need to secure the safety and well-being of your family, please don't stress. You will be able to have that fixed. Whether it's a kitchen area or whether it's obviously electricity or water, we want people to know they're safe and secure in their homes, and those urgent requirements will happen. But obviously, if something isn't urgent, if something doesn't have to happen in the next 2 weeks, in addition to the health orders, we do ask everybody to apply common sense.
Like the amount
please
of
know that if you need
restrictions
something
that
to
they have
maintain the
at
health
the
and
moment doesn't
safety and
affect
well-being
where
of
I
your
live,
community, that will be of your family,
slowly
that can
heading
be
up
taken
here,
care
so
of.
I guess we'll have
Again,
to wait
we
and
know
see.
these are very difficult times, but we also know that when we all come together, we can achieve what we need to achieve. We are.
It's enough of you. Gladys Berejiklian, whatever the fuck your name is. Alright, what else? Sponge clock SquarePants. Not interesting. Guy Fury plays with my golf balls. Who's Guy Fury? I've heard that name. Oh, okay, that dude. Yeah, I couldn't care less. I don't know. Probably gonna have to call it quits soon though, because I'm gonna have to head to bed soon. Yeah, we got a mask mandate here till next week. Well, we have to wear masks for the next 2-3 weeks, something like that. So you're lucky. And I fucking hate wearing them. Sucks. Oh, should I watch food? Ooh, that's very tempting. Really? Hundreds?
This video is brought to you by Cheddar, who out the day you'll find the solution to disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle next. If you look at Earth today, you'll find that there are 7.4 billion humans living on it, including you right now watching this video. About half of all of us on this planet are currently connected to the internet, which means that we can instantly communicate with billions of other people all around the world whenever we want to. But despite how much progress and technology the rest of the world we experience has made, there still exist today hundreds of tribes consisting of thousands of people who live just like our ancient ancestors did 10,000 years ago, and many of them have no idea that the outside world, our world, exists. Most continents don't have anybody living on them who are completely unaware of modern civilization. The last Native American in the United States who lived most of his life completely removed from American culture was found in 1911, and the last uncontacted Aboriginal hunter-gatherers in Australia were found and contacted just in 1984. So, there's only a handful of places left in the world where you can still find these uncontacted people. A handful in the Congo Basin of Africa, a few on the Andaman Islands in the Indian Ocean, and several on the Pacific island of New Guinea. But by far the vast majority of uncontacted people remaining in the world, 97% of them, are currently living on the South American continent, primarily in the deep, dark, and hard-to-get-to parts of the Amazon rainforest. Over 100 tribes consisting of thousands of people have been living here generation after generation for thousands of years, ever since humans first arrived on the continent roughly 15,000 years ago. But how can it be that so many of these people still don't know about our modern world? The answer largely has to do with geography. The Amazon rainforest is enormous, larger than the entire Indian subcontinent, but with a population under 20 million, meaning that several cities across the world have more people than that. The reason so few people live here is because really, why would anybody want to? It's covered with extremely dense forests, dangerous wildlife, and historically has never really been developed by any modern civilization. There's only one bridge across the entire length of the Amazon River, and the largest city in the region, called Manaus in Brazil, is primarily only accessible by boat or by plane. The rest of the Amazon interior is even more difficult to access, so the uncontacted people who live here are both difficult to actually reach, and it's difficult for them to leave even if they wanted to. The other reason why they still exist is because the governments of the countries whose territory they live in have decided to leave them alone and refrain from first contacts. Because previous attempts to contact isolated tribes has ended in catastrophe. When Europeans first started arriving in large numbers to the New World after Columbus's discovery in 1492, 80% to 95% of the indigenous population of the Americas died within 150 years, mostly due to diseases like measles and smallpox brought by the European conquerors. The indigenous people who had lived for thousands of years separated from the rest of the world had not developed the immunities to diseases that Europeans did by living side by side with animals like cattle and pigs. When the Europeans arrived, the natives stood no chance to the biological cancer that ravaged their continent, and the surviving uncontacted tribes of today face that exact same problem when encountering us. A tribe in Colombia, for example, was contacted a few decades ago by modern anthropologists, but the tribe's population was cut down to less than half its size, simply because of diseases the anthropologists accidentally exposed them to. In addition to that, first encounters with isolated tribes can sometimes result in violence. Clashes in Ecuador between uncontacted tribes and loggers cutting down the forests around them erupted in 2006 and 2007 that left 30 tribespeople and 10 loggers dead. Loggers, oil prospectors, drug traffickers, and hunters all occasionally stumble upon an uncontacted tribe in the jungle by accident still today, and the resulting encounters can obviously end up being pretty tense. There's a man who lives in the Amazon in Brazil called the loneliest man in the world, an indigenous, uncontacted man who lives alone and is believed to be the last surviving member of his tribe. The language he speaks is unknown, as is the name of the tribe he once belonged to, and his existence first became known about in 1996. The Brazilian government sent numerous expeditions to find him that all failed until 2007, and when they finally encountered him, he shot one of them in the chest with a bow and arrow. Later evidence found what was believed to be his old village, bulldozed and destroyed by illegal loggers or settlers. After this incident, the Brazilian government declared a 42 square mile exclusion zone around him that's illegal for anybody to trespass into. He's the only human that exists in that entire area, and it's illegal for anybody to visit him. And he's still there because video was taken of him this year in 2018 cutting down a tree. The Brazilian government maintains a policy today of zero contact with uncontacted peoples, but maintains occasional flyovers to check up on their numbers and how they're doing, which can yield some incredible photographs like these. We can only speculate about what these people must be thinking at the sight of seeing an airplane flying above them, but imagine for a moment if Earth was considered an uncontacted area by some advanced alien species. They may treat us the same way that we treat our uncontacted peoples. We limit our contact out of respect for their own safety, but maintain occasional flyovers for checkups and to satisfy our own curiosity. Curiosity about the unknown is always fascinating to humans. It's just part of what makes us who we are. My friends at Cheddar have created a very interesting video about why ships go missing.
That's crazy that there's like a 40-mile radius for this one dude to live the rest of his life. Alright, what else? Last video. Actually, there might be one more.
Well, we've been taking a look at the Colorado River system, which brings water to millions of people.
Stopping the federal government's
Station in
Here at Lake Mead in Nevada, the water has slowly but surely been disappearing. To give you an idea how much things have changed, right now where I'm standing is a place I wouldn't have been able to stand not so long ago.
Probably maybe 10 years ago that you'd be underwater completely.
Right where we're standing right now?
Standing now, yeah.
Tracy Sneathen of Southern California has been boating here with his family for decades.
I mean, you look at some of these surrounding mountains and hills and stuff, the water was up where the brown part is. And now it's down, and we've watched it come down over the last 10, 15 years. It just keeps going down and down and down, and now it's almost impossible to launch.
As we previously reported, Lake Mead is also the reservoir for the Hoover Dam. And to see just how much it's gone down, look at this picture from November of 2000, paying particular attention to these intake towers, and compare that to our visit in June of this year. It's a scary picture for the multiple states who rely on Lake Mead and the Colorado River system, of which it's a part of, for water.
For us, Lake Mead is particularly important in California.
Devin Upadhyaya is the chief operating officer of the Metropolitan Water District, the largest treated drinking water provider in the United States. The district provides water to about 19 million Southern Californians in 6 different counties. Much of that water is delivered by the Colorado River Aqueduct.
When you look at kind of an average over the last 10 years, the Colorado River provides about 25% of the water that's used in Southern California.
Places like Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Tucson also get water from the river, but soon they may not be getting as much.
Desert towns.
We're at the point where some serious decisions will likely need to be made.
Doug Hendricks is with the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation. He says in August, the record low water levels in Lake Mead are expected to trigger the Bureau's first ever declaration of a Tier 1 water shortage on the system. That would mean cutbacks starting next year in the amount of Colorado River water sent to Nevada and Arizona, states that have already seen reductions in their share of the river's water. Mexico would also get less, but thanks to senior water rights and other agreements, California's share of water from the Colorado won't be cut just yet. But if the trend continues, California could be next. At Lake Mead near the Nevada-Arizona border, I'm Chip Yost, 8 News Now.
I mean, over here, you want to talk about water shortages. Let's actually have a look what the biggest dam in central New South Wales, which is like 15 minutes from my dad's farm. Let's see what that capacity is right now. Oh, it's at 80%. Alright, well, I can't talk shit. But there was a couple of years ago where we were going through drought and it got to like 4%. Let's have a look. So this is what it's, well, that's not what it's meant to look like normally. Let's see. So that's an intake tower. Right there, like what they were talking about. And that's the intake tower. Wait, what? Full capacity 2012. And then... shit. What's that? When's that happening? That's the same intake tower. Like, there's no water left in that bitch. Just give it time. It always rains. There's always water. You know what I love about this photo? So over here is the new wall that years ago we could drive across. But they've shut it down now due to terrorist activities, apparently. Like, there might be a chance that something happens. And this is the old wall. It was buried under water. The water came up to like here, something like that. And this was completely buried. And if you want, even though it says that you shouldn't, you can go down there and walk through it. And there's like all these signatures of people that have been down there and signed their shit. I never did it, but I kind of wanted to. Look at that. What the hell? See? Then that's the same intakes that were here. And they've at least got water here, but over here there's like freaking nothing, dude. And that's in 2005. So what, 15 years ago? 17, 18, something like that. Yeah. They'll be fine. Alright, where was I? Where was I at? Here. Alright. You vote on today's video. Open 12 world's smallest items. Mine 2 Minecraft Mikey's. I don't even know what that is. Or whatever. Yeah, I agreed with the general population. Let's go. Clips channels. Oh, I'm torn between these two. Yeah, I mean, it's the same question, really. So I'll go with this one. Oh, yeah, let's get it. 74%. Shit. Alright. Back to videos. What are we doing? Oh, this could be interesting.
This video was made possible by Squarespace. Start building your website for free at squarespace.com/RLL, and then when you're ready to launch, use the code RLL to get 10% off at one time as today. The most recent population estimates of humanity conducted in October 2018 have concluded that 7.7 billion of us exist across the planet. 60% of us are living in Asia, another 16% are living in Africa, 10% are living in Europe, while only 7.5% of us live in North America, and 5.5% of us live in South America. But when you go back in time to 1800 and see that the world population was only 1 billion people back then, it begs the question as to why so many more people exist today than existed in the past. How many more people can we expect to have in the future, and what kinds of problems might that bring along? To answer these questions, it's important to look back through history for some context. The last time that the world population shrunk was the period between between 1200 and 1400, largely due to the Mongol conquests in Asia and the Black Death in Europe, which killed off up to half of that continent's population. In 1340, the world population stood at around 450 million people, but by 1400 it had dwindled down to just 350 million. It took the entire world nearly 2 centuries to gain back its pre-1340 population, but from 1500 on, the world population has been continuously growing. It was slow at first. Humanity first reached half a billion people sometime in the 16th century and didn't achieve a full billion until 1804. It took us over 200,000 years of human history to reach 1 billion people being alive at the same time, but the next billion would happen much more rapidly. 2 billion humans was achieved only 123 years later in 1927, and then it took only 33 more years to hit 3 billion, and only 14 years from there to hit 4 billion. By 2024, the world population will likely hit 8 billion. So clearly, based on this graph, something happened during the 19th and 20th centuries that caused our population to explode. But if you look carefully, you can actually notice 3 major population jumps over the span of the past few thousand years. This most recent one just happens to be the largest. Each of these jumps coincides with a major leap in technology. The first was the tool-making revolution, which allowed primitive humans the ability to hunt more efficiently and gave them greater access to higher-calorie foods like animal meat. An increase in the amount of high-calorie food led to a gradual population boom for the species. The second population jump happened around the time of the agricultural revolution 10,000 years ago, when humans first began to transition away from hunting and gathering and towards farming. This even further increased the amount of food available and therefore allowed for the development of cities and civilizations, which of course meant more people. The final and most significant leap, though, was the Industrial Revolution, which has allowed us to not only produce more food than was even imaginable a couple of centuries ago, but has also allowed us to reduce the risk of death. The Industrial Revolution began in Britain in the late 18th century, and the results on the British population were dramatic to say the least. Before the revolution in 1730, about 75% of children in Britain died before they ever reached the age of 5 due to poor sanitary conditions and a poor understanding of medicine. So women generally had a lot of children to better the odds that at least some of them would
like
make it
6
all
or
the way
7
to adulthood.
That's like my nan. She had 6 kids, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 died. Yeah, 6. For that very reason. Because of the mortality rate. It was so different back then. And then now, because we don't have mortality rate because of like fucking pills and antibiotics and all that shit, people are having like 1, 2 kids. And then you reach an era of my sort of growth, and there's a lot of people my age who are just deciding not to have kids. And that's actually leading to a lower population rate because people aren't having kids, and also it's making the healthcare system completely fucked because it's like so many people are getting old now and there's not enough people to actually care for them.
Birth rates were very high, but obviously so too were the death rates, so population grew slowly or remained completely stagnant. But a century later in 1830, thanks to advances like vaccines and better sanitation, only 32% of children wouldn't make it to 5 years, and it kept getting better. Less people dying at a young age, combined with previous social norms of women having a large number of children and more food being made available by better farming technology, led to a massive population increase for Britain and later the world. The UK's population in 1800 was only 10 million, but that quadrupled to 40 million a century later in 1900, and the trend continued as the revolution spread outwards to the rest of the world. Europe's population also quadrupled from 100 million in 1700 up to 400 million in 1900. Before the rest of the world even had time to catch up, Europe alone made up 25% of the world's population. At the time, more...
There you go, 1700s, Europe was a quarter of the world's population. That would greatly explain why we're from that
More
area.
people were living in Europe than in Africa, North America, South America, and Australia combined. But this would change
no one
as
in
more of the
Australia
world
except
began to
average.
experience their own industrial revolutions. You can see the trend happening all over, like in China, whose population in 1850 was 430 million, but by 1950 was up to 580 million.
What the fuck is that map? Really? What? That map is filled with so many. I don't even know what it is. Is that like tribes and shit? There's so many words on that map. Who could know the hell that is? Where's the capital? I can't even see the capital. Where is it? What? So that thing represents capital of China. I can't even see it on this fucking map because there's so many goddamn words.
1950 was 430 million, but by 1950 was up to 580 million, and today is over 1.3 billion. The Indian subcontinent had a population of only 123 million back in 1750, but by 1941 had grown to 389 million, and today has over 1.6 billion. Perhaps the most radical growth took place on the island of Java in Indonesia, whose population in 1815 was only 5 million. In the 200 years since then, Java's population has multiplied by 28 times and is now over 141 million, a similar amount to the entire population of Russia, but just on an island. This trend that I've been talking about actually has a name: the demographic transition. Every country has gone or is going through it, and it begins like how Britain was in the early 18th century. High births combined with high deaths equals a slow population growth. Advancements in technology, medicine, sanitation, and farming leads to a rapid decline in the number of deaths, while the birth rate remains high, leading to a population explosion. In the third stage, the death rate continues to decline, but so too does the birth rate, as women decide to start having less children since less of them are dying at a young age. In stage 4, both the birth rate and the death rate are low, and the population has more or less stabilized once again, which is the current state of
6 kids, but one died, and so there's 5, and now people my age are not even having kids. Oh, there's a couple every now and then that might have like 2 or 3.
most of the modern
Being said, there's also contraceptive shit here, so.
developed world. There may even be a stage 5, like possibly Japan is currently facing, where the birth rate actually drops lower than the death rate, meaning that the country's population begins